Thank you, Madam Speaker. Last night, I read the Oregonian article from that had to do with the Secretary of State attempting to expose a problem with our Medicaid re-enrollment. When I read the article, I was frustrated, as I sit as the Human Services Subcommittee Chair. I was also very disappointed. And the reason I was frustrated and disappointed is because with what I know, the conversations that I have been in, this felt as though it was a politically motivated attempt to grab headlines and not necessarily an attempt to inform the public about this brand new concern that we've been having in this state. And the facts are these. This is a well-known issue about redetermination and eligibility within the Oregon Health Authority. This is something where we have had numerous public hearings in this building on this exact same fact, Madam Speaker. This is something that the Oregon Health Authority has been proactively working with in a bipartisan effort to reduce this problem, which was a result of us transitioning from Cover Oregon and this time-consuming process to get people re-enrolled or re-eligible, determining for these issues. And throughout this process, we have decided to prioritize making sure that people have health care as opposed to the other alternative. And the other interesting thing from my understanding of the law is that once we had determined that these people were initially eligible, we cannot pull them from the system. And so in a bipartisan effort, this body, the Senate, and our body have been working to make sure, and all the hard work at Oregon Health Authority, that these folks are eligible. We're making considerable progress on this as we've been going through. And again, this is something that the Health Care Committee has been aware of. This is something that the Human Services Subcommittee has been aware of. It appears the only person that has not been aware of this is our Secretary of State. But the Secretary of State should have known, because before this press release was put out, the Secretary of State notified the two co-chairs of our Full Ways and Means Committee. The Secretary of State also in that same email notified myself and the co-chair of the Human Services Subcommittee on the Senate side. Throughout this process, we proactively went to the Secretary of State twice the day last week to talk about this issue. In fact, on the second meeting, which was a more extended meeting, we brought the Legislative Fiscal Office analysts to come talk about this issue and inform what was going on. As co-chairs, we facilitated a meeting with the Oregon Health Authority so that the Secretary of State could actually meet with this person. It's almost as though he didn't want to know this information, because not knowing it makes it better for a press release.
Thank you, Representative.